Anybody in here hungry? All right. Fantastic. Okay. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to share some thoughts with you as we're getting settled. As you begin to look at your life, look at your goals, look at your dreams. How many of you have some new ideas? Raise your hands, please. How many of you are determined to create the kind of year and future that you desire? Raise your hands, please. Fantastic. I want you to write this down, please. And I mentioned it this morning. Risk winning. I procrastinated for years because I didn't want to risk losing. Risk winning. Because you can. You don't know enough about yourself to be a cynic. You don't know what you can't do. Given my beginning and limited resources, 2 pieces of sugar cane, who'd have thought that I would be able to give 4 different lectures at Harvard University? You have greatness in you. You're made in the likeness and image of God. You can do more than you can ever begin to imagine. Write this down. Deep down resolve. That when you look at building a life, when you lose your ability to hear, when you lose your ability to see, when you don't have all of your limbs, but you decide, I'm not going to live a limited life. You decide, I'm going to make it in spite of. When you think about the toxic climate that we're living in right now, where immigrants are being demonized, where people are being judged and treated unfairly, that handling and dealing with that, it takes a mindset of it's not over until I win. Does that make sense to you? Yes. And here's the thing. Ask for help. And don't stop until you get it. A lot of people want to ask for help. I believe in asking for help. I got here because a lot of people helped me. A lot of people said, I heard that guy, Mamie Brown's baby boy. Dexter Yeager, he was a top distributor in Amway. Over 50% of the volume in Amway went through his organization. He had to make a decision to select a speaker to speak in the Georgia Dome, the largest event that he had ever put on. There would be over 80,000 people. And everybody who knew Dexter, very conservative guy, commonly known for using the N-word, said, don't even waste your time sending your product to him to consider bringing you on his stage. He's never, ever, and never will have a black motivational speaker. I said, well, I'm a motivational speaker who I didn't contribute to my paid job. You know? So I want to send my stuff to him anyhow on cassette. He can't see me. You didn't have videos then. And I sent it to Dexter. And he called. He called me personally and said, I need to talk to you. He had a choice between Robert Schuller, Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, Zig Ziglar, Tony Robbins. All of these guys are around. And I came to his office in Charlotte, and we argued all day long. Do you hear me? All day long. We never even got a chance to talk about my speaking in the Georgia Dome. We argued all day long. Here's what I learned from Dexter. We got ready to go. The limousine came, and he got up, and he got my luggage. I said, I got it. He says, no, I have it. Dexter was earning over $1 million every 17 hours in Amway. He took my luggage. We got downstairs, the chauffeur limousine that was there, the chauffeur-driven limousine, the guy opened the trunk, and Dexter put my luggage in the trunk. And then the guy came around and opened my door, and I said, okay, Dexter, I see. He said, no, I'm going with you to the airport. And he got in on the other side. And I'm saying to myself, wow, this is different. I spoke for a lot of people, and nobody rode with me back at the airport. Nobody ever, from that time to this time, at that kind of position, that kind of power, and that kind of wealth, reached for and got my luggage. We got to the airport, and this is before 911. He went in and checked to get my ticket. And then I said, Dexter, you can give me my luggage now. He says, no, I got it. And he walked me to the gate. At that time, I had my talk show, and people saying, hello, Les Brown. And there I had a billionaire who was carrying my luggage. You know, Scripture says, the greatest among you will be your servant. And we got to the gate. I said, okay, I see you, Dexter. He said, well, I'm not leaving until your plane leaves. And we stood there and talked. And he said, you know, he said, we're as opposite as day and night. He said, and we have so much in common. We are both fighters, and you fought me like hell. He said, you got the position on that stage. I'm going to get a lot of flack, but I know you are the one. So I'm thinking that I was going to be in a little small meeting room at the Georgia Dome. He didn't tell me the number of people. Other people knew, but I didn't know. He said, I want you to give that presentation. He said, I know you'll knock it out the park. Now, had I listened to everybody who said that he was a racist, that he was not going to, there was no chance because he's never selected a person of color to be on his stage, I'd have missed out on the opportunity. That became the biggest, that speech, that presentation became the biggest seller in the history of Amway to this day. And I, unfortunately, I don't remember giving the speech. I was scared out of my wits. I went to the bathroom so many times, my butt got sore. I said, I can't come out. I was sitting on the cavole. I was just sitting there, you know, I wasn't doing nothing. I was just sitting there. And they said, they're stalling. And I said, I can't hear the voices. And they said, get Mike Williams. He'll talk him into coming on stage. I panicked. How many of you ever been in a situation where you were afraid? Raise your hands, please, here. I panicked. I was scared. Because they told me to look out. It was 80,000 people. And I said, that's who I'm speaking to? Whoa. I said, I got to go to the bathroom. This is for number one. And Mike talked me out, to come out. And I asked them to pray for me. What I do remember going up the steps, but after that, I drew a blank. Here's what's going to happen to you, and it's already happened to some of you. There's no accident. Listen to me. Listen to the old man. Starting off my 75th year on the planet, 3/4 of a century. There's no accident that you're in this room. You're here for a reason. There's a reason. There's something in you. There's something that you are supposed to do. And you have to be adamant about it. And don't judge yourself based upon your circumstances. If you don't have two dimes to rub together, that doesn't mean anything. Eye has not seen, ear has not heard, nor has entered the heart of mankind what God has in store for you if you risk winning, if you keep coming back again and again and again and again. I could have stopped many times, when I saw an infomercial by Tony Robbins and I didn't have any investors. And I could have told myself I don't have a shot. When I was invited to speak in South Florida, and the guy thought I was Les Brown, the band of renown, and when I told him I wasn't, he spit, and he was trying to spit on my shoe. And thank God he didn't, because I'd have whooped his natural, you know. Let me tell you something. I'd had on an orange jumpsuit up in there, you hear me? I'd have given him some motivation. He'd have brought Liberty City out. I'm so glad he missed my shoe. You ever hear me? Oh, yeah. The crazy would have come out up in here. And then I went in and I said, where's Dr. Norman Vincent Peale? He said, he's over there. He was so angry. It was Wildwood, Florida. And Dr. Peale had requested for me to open for him. And he didn't know that I wasn't Les Brown, the band of renown. He assumed that was me. And when the lady asked, do you mind if he opens for you, Les Brown? He said, sure, everybody knows him. And then when I knocked on the door and said to his wife, I'm Les Brown, she said, Les Brown? I said, yes, ma'am. She said, how can I help you? I said, I'm here to open for Mr. Peale. I said, are you his wife? She said, yes. She said, Pops, it's Les Brown, and it's not the band leader. And his back was to me. He said, Les Brown, shoot for the moon, because even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. Les Brown? I said, yes, sir. That's my quote, sir. He said, oh, my God. I end my presentations with that all the time. Oh, my God, I'm so honored to meet you. And there was another speaker in the dressing room with him. And Dr. Peale's up in age. He said, Dr. Peale, how old are you? He said, Sonny, I'm 92. He said, man, I don't know if I want to live to be 92. He said, that's because you've never been 91. Let us say together, relationship capital. Create relationship capital, because unbeknownst to me, because I did not have the complexion of connection, he wrote to all the speakers bureaus and said that I heard this guy who has a special gift. Put him in your brochure. And I got speaking engagements from everywhere. And he gave me a chance to be seen. That's why I have speakers open for me, because that endorsement gave me instant credibility. Dr. Norman Vincent Peale said it. Right. Repeat after me, please. Help somebody. And help yourself. Because what you give is what you get. How many of you know there's enough out here for everybody, you know? We don't have enough female speakers. We don't have enough Asian speakers, Latino speakers. Kim Wee, you know Kim Wee? Oh, I got some bad. You know John Garcia? John is a bad dude up in here. I'm bringing him back with me. He's a bad dude. Y'all haven't seen the rest of them. They're coming back when I come in 3 days. So I want to introduce this gentleman that I've been jacking his name up for a very long time. I'm going to get it right. But he forgives me because I was in special education. But the N in his name stands for never give up. The I stands for live in your imagination. The C stands for commit yourself.
I'll be 55.
And the K stands for kindred spirits. Put yourself in a community of people who think like you, who have goals and dreams, and who are hungry. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to Nick. Come on, with the solid kick.
Lads, give me one moment. I'll be right up there. Stand up on the stage. Hi. Good. Miss you.
I miss you too.
I love you.
I love you.
The legendary Les Brown in the house.
Listen, woo! He is so mischievous. We were in Poland together. You may be seated.
Yes.
And so when we were coming back, we decided to scare the flight attendant. So I put him overhead in the luggage compartment.
Did anyone see that? I put it on Instagram. Did you see it?
No, you did. Yeah.
Okay, look, it was awesome.
Yeah, and closed the door. So the flight attendant, they came out, they have the door open when people are getting on the flight. So people put their luggage up. Lady just casually, oh, it's open. It's closed. And she opened it up and he was there. What you doing? Ah! Let me tell you something. But here's the piece that I really felt retarded. I didn't tell you. I was hunting and pecking on the computer I had. I type around 8 to 10 words a minute. With this one toe. Tell them how many words you type a minute.
After 2 cups of coffee, 54 words a minute. So,
I witnessed this. He said, this toe can do a lot of things.
Les, you're so funny.
Oh, behave.
Oh, behave. I have to say,
Yeah.
I want to say before he gets off, Les Brown, my brother, I love you with all of my heart. Thank you for even inviting me here. It's an honor and privilege to call you friend, share stages anytime, and my privilege to be with you all. And I just want to say, Les Brown, we love you. God bless you, my friend, and you look fantastic.
Thank you so much. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, behave.
You're funny. I love you, man.
I
Thank
love you. Change some lives. Let's give him another tremendous round of applause.
Great. To the sound guys, can you turn me down just a little bit, please? Check, check. Turn it down just a little bit more. Check, check. A little bit more. Sorry, where are you, mate? Yep. Down, 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 down. Let's get the right. Check, check. Go up a tiny bit. Check, check. Beautiful.